What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a general sneak peek for the sign of Gemini. Okay, what's good, Gemini? Hopefully, you guys are well. You guys are third this week on the zodiac lineup. All right, remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on y'all's reading. Okay, we are all shuffled and ready to go. All right, so you know how this goes. We go two from the top, two from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle. Okay, I think we're gonna go here today. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna flip these over one at a time. Y'all know I'm normally doing these like overhead, but today figured we be face value today. Okay, so I'll show these to you one at a time. All right. So we have the Knight of Wands to start. Okay, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, in the middle of your spread we have the World. Okay, completion. Okay, then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have the Magician. Okay, so very interesting, Gemini. Okay, very interesting. All right, so like I said, the World is right here in the middle of your reading, in the middle of your spread. Okay, something is coming to completion. Okay, seeing this, and this is like the first time this has ever happened when I've done a spread for the World to be right dab in the center of your spread. Okay, it almost feels like this reading has like two elements to it. Okay, with the two of these side by side, two different opposing sides is what it feels like. Okay, looking at this spread. Okay, you have a Knight of Wands here. Okay, which is usually kind of like, everyone likes to say, the player energy of the deck, if you will. Okay, in Rider's Waite. Okay, when you have Knight of Wands, it's fire energy. Okay, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay, Five of Pentacles is talking about somebody, or someone being left out in the cold or walking away. Okay, so I feel like in a sense this could be two separate people here. Okay, and the way that it looks on the table is the Knight of Wands heading one way and this Five of Pentacles going the other way. Okay, someone possibly, or two people went two separate ways. Okay, for some particular reason, something that had to be completed. Okay, with the World being in the middle, there's a lot of holding back, Gemini. Okay, it could be you. Okay, possibly maybe you walked away from a Knight of Wands type energy. Okay, um, to focus on other things. You could have a passion of yours. Okay, where you had to maybe give up on something or someone and focus on something else. Okay, like I said, this Knight of Wands is focusing away from this Five of Pentacles. Okay, whatever was not serving you, you had to go away from. Maybe you, like I said, focusing on a passion, maybe not, playeristic type vibes, but it could just be to focus on your personal drive. Okay, a passion of yours. You do have this Four of Pentacles here, which is like kind of like holding back. And then with the Magician being here, it's like possibly someone trying to manifest you back into their life, or you're trying to manifest someone back into yours, one or the other. Okay, now that it's like a vibe of maybe things are now a little bit back in order, or for you or for this person that possibly walked away from you, get in where you fit in. Okay, there's a lot of energy here. And like I've been saying since last week, there's possibly people in the collective that have found out their birth charts. So a lot of placements there's some placement watching going on, which thank you guys if you have went and figured out what your birth chart is. I didn't really consider that when doing readings, to be like, oh, if everybody finds out what their birth chart placements are, readings are going to be real interesting from now on. So I didn't really take that into consideration when I told you guys that. But I'd rather you get as much information as you possibly can from any of my readings. If I'm the reader for you and I resonate with you, I would much rather you have all the knowledge you need. This is free 99 information. Okay, I'm not charging for this. Okay, so if finding out your birth chart placements have helped you, by all means, please let me know in the comments. Okay, but nonetheless, back to your reading, Gemini. But it does feel like there's something that has wrapped up and someone is done, possibly done holding back. Okay, or maybe they're kind of planning something. Like I said, with this Magician being here last, either you're trying to manifest something back into your life, or you're ready for something to come back into your life, or vice versa. Okay, it could be your person. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get into your clarifiers. We do the same thing with the miniature deck here. We start with one from the top for a Knight of Wands, second from the top for the Five of Pentacles, one from the bottom for the World, second from the bottom for the Four of Pentacles, and then one energetically from the middle for the Magician. There we go. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the clarifiers. So, Knight of Wands, is being clarified by the Queen of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands. Okay, like I said, for some of you, Gemini, you've been trying to come up. Okay, you've been focusing. Okay, you possibly turned your back on something to focus on something else for some of y'all. Okay, you go from Knight of Wands to Queen of Wands. Okay, you could have, for others of you in the collective and placements, okay, you could be a Queen of Wands type. Okay, and a Knight of Wands, like I said, that maybe it was them who went off to focus on other things, and left their Queen of Wands behind. Okay, someone who is very determined. Queen of Wands is very mature. I don't want to say demanding, but just knows what they want type vibe. Okay, and is very passionate. Okay, and so maybe you left that Queen of Wands behind, or they left you behind, to focus on something else. Could have been player-like energy. That's not what I'm feeling. I feel like there was possibly something else going on, that drove them to something else. Okay, now for some of you, if it was possibly, maybe they went to someone a little bit more mature, or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to stay in that energy. Okay, we'll see what happens the rest of the week. You got 4 more readings to go. Okay, so nonetheless, let's keep moving on with the Five of Pentacles being clarified by the Eight of Hearts. Okay, Eight of Hearts is Eight of Cups, which is talking about walking away. Okay, so double time the walking away. All right. So Five of Pentacles to Eight of Cups type energy. Okay. Usually regular riders wait. With the Eight of Cups, you see someone walking away like into the mountains. Okay. And so it could have been a situation of, for Pentacles showing up, maybe not having enough funds, or having to deal with something that was a little bit devastatingly financial, or a little bit of both, having to play on emotions, because cups is emotions energy, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. And so someone, had a lot of obstacles or things going on where nothing was balanced at all. Okay. So again, there could have been something very definitive. Okay. Maybe you at the time, Gemini, were a little bit too much for that Knight of Wands, and there was a lot of things going on in the background that you didn't know about this person. Okay. With the Four of Pentacles showing up further on in your spread, they were possibly holding back a lot of information. Okay. So let's see. The world is being clarified by the Ten of Wands. Okay, like I said, Ten of Wands is talking about a lot of burdens. Okay, and so with the world being here, with that, there were obviously a lot of burdens either on you or your person. Okay, I feel like the person might be cross watching, or maybe they have Gemini in their chart. Okay, um, if you have Gemini and Venus, possibly, okay, or fourth house of love and relationships, and that is very important to you, and you've learned your placements in your chart and the signs that are in your chart, okay, this is probably going to resonate for you. Okay. So like I said, the burdens possibly are now done or about to wrap up. Okay. And Ten of Wands is talking about having to hold a lot of things together. Okay. So possibly between the two of you, for in Gemini, you have to remember that you two, your Gemini is like twins, is about polar opposites. It's about twins. It's the twin zodiac sign. But when you think about it, it could also be talking about counterparts as well. When you have Gemini in your chart, okay, you could be talking about your shadow side. You be talking about your divine counterpart. When you really dive a little bit deeper into Gemini sign, okay, so especially if and normally I don't really encourage cross watching on your person's sign, but as far as knowing your person's birth chart, you may want to know whether or not if they have Gemini in their birth chart, and possibly in the same placement that you do. Okay, that's just a little spiritual thing. Okay, we're not going to get into it on y'all's reading right now. Okay, this is supposed to be general sneak peek. Okay, Geminis. So Four of Pentacles is here with the Four of Wands. 4 on 4, okay? Possibly protecting your relationship, okay? Or this investment in a relationship, okay? Or partnership, get in where you fit in, okay? This person or you were holding back what they felt you guys were. Okay. Again, Gemini, counterparts is what's coming in the energy here. Okay. Kind of holding back from the truth of, like I said, what you guys are. Okay. With this Four of Wands being here. Or the fact that they want something more with you. Okay. So, but maybe they just weren't ready to previously, okay, however long this may be, okay. So let's move on to the Magician Sheesh. The Magician with the Five of Pentacles yet again. Okay. Um, Five of Pentacles coming out twice in your reading, equaling out to 10, talking about some form of awakening, okay? Possibly this person is awakening to the fact that, maybe they mess things up, okay? Maybe trying to, like I said, manifest something to happen or to kind of reconnect with you, and the energy is kind of cold in a sense, okay? Because it's like, where's the value or the worth of the possible connection, okay? And so possibly someone getting the cold shoulder, trying to manifest this connection, okay? But again, some form of an awakening has to happen or is bound to happen, okay? Awakening going into enlightenment, okay? Of the situation at hand between the two of you, possibly for the both of you, okay? Maybe not one of you, but both of you, okay? And it's possible that it could hit at the same time, okay? It's almost like I feel like there could be an ongoing cycle that could be like repeating itself, where it's kind of like swapping in a sense, okay? Where if they walked away, prior to you and then coming back, okay, then you in turn walk away, okay, with a possibility of a return is the question, okay? This is only reading number one this week, okay? We still have 4 more readings, okay? So we're at 17 minutes in your read. Let's get into the elemental oracle so that way we can see what your final advice is, okay? So this is literally the theme for you guys to kind of start off this week. I chose the song Give More Love by Music Soul Child because it felt like that was going to be the going theme for all the signs this week, is in some shape, form, or fashion, try to give more love, okay? Try to be more compassionate, okay? Try to give some kindness, um, even when you don't feel like it, okay? It's about being the bigger person, okay? Which is something that we touched on in Aquarius's reading, okay? But it's a really good song. Forgot what album it's on. Might be on Soul Star, but one of my favorite songs on that album, okay? So it especially helps me out when I feel like like on edge a little bit, as far as having faith in humanity and things of that nature. Give More Love definitely uplifts me in that way, okay? So hopefully it does the same for you if you ever get a chance to listen to it. So that being said, let's look at the bottom of the deck for your advice. Completion West, okay? what what would be the odds of that coming up? And y'all saw me shuffle, and y'all saw me do my threes, okay? With the number 4 coming out, okay? You have a puzzle piece with a mind here, okay, with a brain, and there's all this connectivity and electricity. Like I said, some form of enlightenment happening, okay? Straight crown chakra vibes going on here. Protect your thoughts, okay, in a sense of thinking of positive progression, okay? Do not go into a negative connotation on anything, okay? It's very easy to fall into the negative. Don't stay there, okay? Uplift yourself from the negativity and think of positive thoughts, okay? In reference to this situation, okay? In any situation, okay? It's very easy to fall by the wayside, but it's even harder to get back up sometimes because we get complacent and we're used to, or we like to say, oh, nothing good ever happens to me, or oh, this must be a sign. And it's not, everything is always a sign of negativity, okay, if unless you stay in that, okay. So this is a earth element of completion in West, okay. Every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something, because the end heralds a new beginning, okay. Complete the project, be a finisher. Be not afraid of death, it is part of life. The Sur, which is ancient Norse for west, okay. People may call upon the guardians of the West or the Western direction as a way of unlocking the protective energies of portals of that element. Okay, so be not afraid of death. Okay, so this can kind of be a mixture of or reminiscent of the death card, but I kind of also want to take it as the world in a sense. But you won't know what's going to happen with this situation, Gemini, unless you try. Okay? There could be a certain phase of this relationship that is ending, so that way there can be a new beginning. Thus, this Four of Wands. Okay? Thus, this Four of Wands. Okay? If there has been some form of a separation between you and your person, that separation possibly happened for a reason, because there needed to be things moved out of the way. People, places, or things needed to be moved or removed. Okay? And I automatically, I don't know why, but you know that part in oh, I think it's that part in Civil War, possibly, where the Dora Milaje tell, I think they tell Black Widow or somebody, move or you will be moved. It's that kind of vibe, okay? Either you're gonna move or you're going, or they needed to be removed, one or the other, okay? People, places, and things. And so between, like I said, I feel like it's opposing sides with you guys, where both of you had to get through or accomplish something without one another in order to see how much you need each other. Okay? So, that being said, Gemini, we ain't gonna get too deep up in this because we still got 4 more readings to go. Okay? So, hopefully, y'all stick with me for the rest of the week to see how your energy progresses or changes. Okay? But until then, peace, Geminis.